Matt Gaetz has basically admitted that he did, in fact, traffic at least one underage child for sexual purposes. Let me take you to the latest update to the Matt Gaetz saga. As you know, he's under criminal investigation by the DOJ for trafficking a minor across state lines for sexual purposes. Well, it looks like he sought a pardon. We had a rumor about this a few months ago. Now it has been confirmed. Congressman Matt Gaetz preemptively sought a presidential pardon relating to an ongoing investigation into whether he sex trafficked a 17-year-old, according to reporting by the Washington Post. Sources familiar with the testimony told the Washington Post that Johnny McEntee, a staffer in the Donald Trump White House, told United States House Select Committee on January 6th, on the January 6th attack, that he received a request from Representative Gaetz around the time of the Capitol terrorist attack. Now, let me first qualify my initial statement. When I said that Matt Gaetz has basically admitted to this particular crime, I stand by that statement. He was seeking what's called a blanket pardon. They also call it a preemptive pardon. But the pardon is not unprecedented. Something similar happened with Nixon when he was pardoned. Here's the thing. The word pardon itself is an admission of guilt. It means forgiveness of a crime. That's what it means. So if you're seeking a pardon, you're seeking forgiveness of a crime. Why is he seeking forgiveness of a crime he never committed? A pardon is, in fact, an admission or acknowledgement of guilt. This is not overturning a conviction. This is not exoneration. This is a pardon. He was seeking a pardon. He was seeking forgiveness for the crime. All right, the timeline now is settled. We know he was well aware of this investigation while he was, in fact, serving on the House Judiciary Committee, and he still serves on the House Judiciary Committee. Why is that a problem? Because the House Judiciary Committee, they are in charge of oversight for the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is investigating Matt Gaetz, who's on their committee to oversee them. He has not even been told to resign by Republican leaders in his party. How ironic is that? There's more. So the staff member McEntee testified that Gaetz, the congressman, told him he was aware of an investigation being launched into his conduct, that, and I quote, he did not do anything wrong, but they are trying to make his life hell. And you know, if the president could give him a pardon, that would be great, the Washington Post reported. He also testified that Gaetz said he asked the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows for a pardon as well. So let's go to the Department of Justice. So you got this probe from the Department of Justice into whether Matt Gaetz had a sexual relationship with an underage girl and paid her to travel with him. It was first reported in 2021 and continues to be investigated today. So here's what a spokesperson from the good congressman's office said. Now, this is really ironic. I want you to listen to the gaslighting, the manipulation, the sleight of hand here, so to speak, by the spokesperson. It says, and I quote, Congressman Matt Gaetz discussed pardons for many other people publicly and privately at the end of President Donald Trump's first term. As for himself, President Trump addressed this malicious rumor more than a year ago, stating, Congressman Matt Gaetz has never asked me for a pardon. Representative Gaetz continues to stand by President Trump's statement. You see, the allegation is not Matt Gaetz asking Trump. The allegation is Matt Gaetz asking other members of the Trump White House. And they were very careful not to say Matt Gaetz never requested a pardon for those alleged crimes. They will only say, well, Donald Trump said he never asked him, so we're going to stand behind what Donald Trump said. So we won't stand behind what Matt Gaetz is saying. We're going to stand behind what Donald Trump said about Matt Gaetz, and I'm standing behind that. Ridiculous. There's more. The spokesperson did not respond to questions about whether Matt Gaetz denied the conversations about pardons with McEntee or Meadows occurred. The GOP congressman voted what? Against reauthorizing a sex trafficking law in July, voted against it, has received ongoing support from former President Trump related to the investigation, despite the fact that Trump has called for the death of human traffickers. That's what Donald Trump said. He said they should die. Not my words, Trump's words. Are you going to stand by that one too, Matt Gaetz, since you're standing by the statements of Trump? Okay. Senator Turner, thoughts on this ever-evolving and ridiculously complicated and insanely hypocritical dynamic connected to the U.S. Congress? Go ahead, dear sister.
Dr. Richey, I'm surprised it's taken this long to investigate. I wonder what's taking them so long to do this. Usually where there's smoke, there is fire. And you laid it out beautifully. He would not have been asking, whispering, going around the corner, hiding behind folks, trying to get a pardon if, in fact, he did not fear some of his actions were wrong. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back for me is ultimately him voting with 20 other Republicans not to reauthorize the sex trafficking bill. I mean, he's not even smart, because if he was smart, he would have voted for it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, this story will continue to develop. As I've concluded, Matt Gaetz will eventually go to the pokey. We'll just see what time.